Hello everyone, it's Wit. I'm back with a new video, as you can see. Also, if you haven't noticed, my hair is blue, and I have pigtails. I don't know why I have pigtails, but my hair is really frizzy and dead because I bleached it twice and then put blue in it. Also, my neck is blue. We're not talking about that. And then, yeah, so my hair is dead and very frizzy, and the only way to control the frizz was to put it in braids. So it's in braids. And I don't have makeup on. I don't care. It's been kind of a lazy day. I canceled my therapist appointment. And I've been laying in bed, reading, watching YouTube, just being lazy. I've been exhausted lately, no matter how much sleep I get. It's never enough. And I don't know, kind of achy, and I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a couple things today. Also, it's Wednesday, and so I'm supposed to film a video today. So, I'm doing it. I'm just not putting makeup on. That's okay. Anyway, I wanted to share something interesting. So, I've mentioned before where I work. I'm not going to repeat it. You can watch another video if you want. I believe in my 50 facts video, I said where I work. But I just had a coworker be confirmed with the virus. You already know what I'm talking about. But, sorry, I'm going to rearrange that a little bit. There we go. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So, yeah, I had a coworker confirmed with the virus, and I had to go get tested, and my work is not shutting down. Don't know what I think about that, but anyway, I want to share my experience with that because why not? So, let's see. It was last Thursday. It was about 4 or 4:30, around there. My work, we're off at 6. I usually leave about 5:30 because we close at 6. So we're technically supposed to be off at 6. But we all usually leave about 5:30-ish because we stop taking cars at 5:30. So as long as we're not backed up, then we usually just leave at 5:30. So I only missed like an hour of work, maybe. Not the point. Anyway, so it was about 4 or 4:30 that day. My boss came and asked me if he could see me in his office. And so I'm like, oh no. And he's like, it's not bad. It's okay. You're not in trouble. I'm like, okay. And then, so I followed him. And then it wasn't his office. It was like his boss's office. But I followed him into his boss's office. Then I get there, and him, like the manager over like the service department, he was the one who came and got me. So he was in there, the HR lady was in there, and the boss over like the dealership was there as well. So I'm like, uh-oh, this doesn't look good. So my immediate thoughts are like, I'm getting fired. I don't know. It's a massive fear. It's a problem. But they said, we believe you came in contact with someone who has COVID-19. And so I'm like, oh? I'm like, do you know who it is? And they're like, yeah, we know. I'm like, am I not allowed to know? And they're like, I'm sorry, that's confidential. We can't tell you that at this moment. When we are able to tell you, we will tell you. But as of right now, you need to leave immediately. Go get tested. You're not allowed to come back to work until you get tested and have a negative result, obviously. And yeah, so I had to leave work immediately, and it was super awkward because I felt bad because my team lead, he's kind of the one I like report to and everything. Like, I had to like just go tell him, I'm like, I have to leave early, and like not give him a reason because they were extremely like, this is confidential, you can't tell anyone. And so I'm like, not even my team lead who I'm supposed to report to. So that put me in an awkward situation. And then I felt bad because I'm like, I promise I'm not just like dipping for the fun of it. I gotta go. And yeah, so I had to leave work immediately and go to one of the places where you can go get tested. So I went in there wearing a mask, obviously, and I'm like, I need to get tested. My work sent me home, said that they believe I came in contact with someone who tested positive for it. So my work won't let me come back until I get tested. And they're like, are you showing symptoms? And I'm like, no, not really. And they're like, well, we can't test you then. I'm like, well, then what am I supposed to do? My work says I need to get tested. I can't come back to work until I'm tested. What am I supposed to do? And so, like, it went on for a while, and they just kept saying, I'm sorry, we can't test you if you're not showing symptoms. I'm like, then what the fuck am I supposed to tell my work? Because I'm supposed to get tested, and I'm not supposed to come back to work until I get a test. So, finally, they're like, well, you can call this number and request a virtual visit with a doctor, and if the doctor can approve it, then you can go get tested. And so I'm like, okay, give me the number, I'll go do that. And so I sat in my car and called the number, then got a virtual visit right away. Also, they closed the place for testing in like 30 minutes to an hour. They closed at 6, and I was there by like 5. So they closed in like an hour. So they're like, you might not be able to get tested today. I'm like, well, I need to get tested as soon as possible. And so I just sat in my car and hoped I could do everything there. And luckily I was able to. But yeah, so I sat in my car, called the number, got the virtual visit, was talking to the doctor, and they were going over like symptoms, like, do you have this symptom? Do you have this symptom? Do you have this symptom? I'm like, no. And then it was funny because they're like, do you have chest pain or shortness of breath or joint pain? I'm like, I mean, I have that every day in my life, but I don't think so. But anyway, the doctor is like, well, we can test you, but it's pretty much gonna be a negative result if you're not showing symptoms. Even if you have it, but you're not showing symptoms, then it's not like potent enough in your system. So you could still be like spreading it to other people, and you can still have it, but if you're not showing symptoms, it's not going to show up on a test. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, my work needs a test anyway, so yeah, I need it. And so I was like, okay, I'll test you anyway, just for the negative result. I'm like, okay. And so I went and got tested, and it kind of sucked, because like, yeah, it's like a massive Q-tip, and they like put it up your nose, and like they leave it there for like 30 seconds to a minute, and like it felt forever, but they're just like in and out and moving it all around, and I'm like, the whole time I'm like, it sucked, and like my eyes are watering, and weirdest freaking feeling ever. But yeah, so I got that test, and then I already had the next day off, Friday. I already have Fridays off, so I couldn't come into work that day anyway. And then my boss texted me, and he's like, if you want to come in, you can. I'm like, I can't. But like, I was super awkward because they were like super strict on, this is confidential, you can't tell anyone. And so I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. And I'm like, I was trying to be like I felt bad because I honestly would have gone in because I needed the help, but I couldn't. And so like I felt bad, and I didn't want my boss to like, I didn't want him to like think badly of me because he didn't know what was going on. But I don't know. I shouldn't feel bad for not going on my day off. But That's how I am. I get called in, and even if I tell them I can't, I'm like, are they okay? Do they need me? Are they okay? Do they hate me? Anyway, yeah, so later that day on Friday, about 24 hours after I got the result, and it was negative. So I'm like, yeah, I don't have it. Anyway, so I texted the HR lady and told her my test was negative. Then she's like, okay, I need proof of that. I'm like, they didn't give me any proof. They just called me and told me. They didn't give me anything. They're like, so I'm like, I'll try calling them back and ask if I can get some proof or something that I was tested and it came back negative. So she's like, thank you. And so, yeah, she sent me something, or they sent me something, and then I sent her that. And yeah, but I'm still kind of sketched out about it. They had a total of 8 people at my work get tested, because I guess how they did it was like, they're only basing it off Saturday, and I'm still not entirely sure where they come up with that day, because yes, he was working on Saturday. That was the last day he worked before it was confirmed with COVID. Yeah, so they talked to him, and we're asking, like, who all did you come in contact with? Like, pretty much he had to list off the people who he came in the closest contact with without a mask. And I happen to be one of those people because he works. So I work in Express. And so like we have 4 bays, and we all kind of work fairly close to each other. And so, and I mean, he's like one of my friends. Like, most people in Express, I don't think likes me. They all kind of like go do their own thing. Like, I mean, I'm the only girl in the shop. I don't know if it's just because I have different parts than them or what. Don't get me started on that. But I don't know, I just have a feeling that most of the people don't like me. There's only like 3 people that will talk to me or give me the time of day. So, but he happens to be one of them, and so I'm kind of close to him, and I talk to him and whatnot, and we joke around and whatnot. And yeah, so he listed my name off, and that's why they're like, you have to get tested. But then the funny thing is on Saturday, when I came back to work, we were extremely shorthanded. We only had like 3 people there the entire day. And luckily we were slower, so that helped a lot, but still. And so, like, I was like, kind of like bringing it up, and then someone said something, they're like, oh yeah, Hashim has it. I didn't say that. They're like, oh yeah, he has it. I'm like, you know about that? And they're like, yeah. They made a big, like, announcement about it. I'm like, oh? So, all of my coworkers now know about it and whatnot, and I'm still out of the loop, not knowing who it is. But yeah, it turned out it was one of my coworkers who I work with that has COVID, and he hasn't been back to work yet. But I don't know. I'm curious to see if anybody else comes down with it. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work, but I will keep you guys updated if you want, because I don't know if anything else is gonna happen. They had 8 people get tested. Everybody came back negative. So I don't know if that just means no one's showing symptoms, but I don't know if anyone's gonna have it, or if anyone's gonna like come up positive with it or get sick soon or whatever. But as of right now, we are still working every day. We are extremely busy now. Monday was insane. Not Monday, Tuesday. I had Monday off because it was Memorial Day. But yesterday was extremely busy. And yeah. So yeah, that's my experience lately. I don't know what else is going to happen. I'll keep you guys updated though. Thank you all for being here, watching me, hopefully not judging me, because I'm aware my neck is blue. I don't have makeup, and I kind of look hilarious right now. Not to mention these pigtails are just kind of blue. It's okay. It's okay. But that's everything I have for today. If you guys have any comments or recommendations or want to know anything, let me know. Put it in the comments down below. I'd be happy to respond and interact with you guys. And if there's any videos that you want to see soon, let me know. And I'll be happy to put them up for you. But other than that, that's everything I have for today. Thank you all for watching me and supporting me. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it, but no pressure, obviously. And that's everything for today. Bye, guys.